Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Holocaust of the Jedi. It's an Esper Genesis campaign brought to you by the Direbread Adventuring Company and the Nerd Eternal Network. I'm Jason, I'm your GM for the evening, and playing with me today is Sarah as Kat, Taylor as Danru, Eric as Adrian, and Patrick as Hull on cams. With us on comm is, or are, Zach and Anna as Francis and Jade, respectively.
Howdy.
Now, last week started off with a car crash. Or the week before that ended with a car crash, one or the other. Most of the party woke up in a cave. The exceptions to that being Jade and Francis, who did not wake up for the entirety of the session. And I think it was Danru and Hull that woke up in the bushes out by the car crash.
Yes, as the other exception.
Okay, most of the party wound up in a cave, whether they woke up there or not.
The car wreck slowly turned into a train wreck.
So let's see. Danru and Hull hid in the bushes, jumped some, what would you call these guys? Criminals for sure. Outlaws, drug dealers.
Hired goons.
Goons.
Nondescript minions, let's just say.
So anyway, quick gunfight. And they wind up commandeering the goons' car. While in the cave, Kat and Adrian wake up. And basically, despite being shackled, go about gathering intelligence. I forget exactly when they broke up.
Adrian gathered intelligence. Kat kept the guy talking.
Pretty much.
That's right. Because you had the whole conversation about, potentially shooting you.
Yeah.
Which he never did.
And I ended up pulling every last ounce of data off that guy's comm link, too.
I think he wound up burning it out. So, as you can see on what remains of the map, there was a knockdown, drag out. I think we wound up with just 2 players conscious by the end of it.
Yeah. So I would say I think it was me and Kat who were the ones still awake.
Yeah,
Yep,
Danru went down
just
first, and then the boss took Adrian down. Because while the regular goons y'all handled pretty well, the boss was made of sterner stuff. So let's see. When it wrapped up, I think the constable was inbound when it wrapped up. Y'all had enough time to do whatever looting you wanted to do. And, stabilize people to make sure they weren't going to bleed out.
The usual.
So the constable shows up. They begin taking in bodies. They arrest a few people. There were a few scouts that were outside of the camp when all this went down. I say scouts. A few people out basically on kind of patrol or watch out in the woods.
We did have that one guy that we captured, and he's shackled on the right over here.
I forgot y'all gotten one guy to surrender. I think when you dropped both of his buddies in a round, he decided this fight might not be a thing for him.
Yeah.
But the constable shows up. Let's see. I guess he would talk to Kat, because Hull is probably walking around helping patch people up.
She doesn't look much better, but she'll talk.
My God, y'all turned this place into a slaughterhouse.
To be fair, they started it. Yeah. We were gonna just hide out till you got here, but stuff happened.
Oh, I don't doubt you. I'm not really complaining. It's just not the sort of thing that happens around here. It's always been so quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been working around here, not as the constable, but working my way up for like 25 years and ain't ever run into something like this.
I mean, do you recognize any of these guys?
He goes around and starts looking at faces. And he points
We
out
got-
one or two that he recognizes as local troublemakers.
We got one guy over there, and she kind of like thumbs back to the one they have shackled, and like he might be some use as far as getting some information, but he helped us out. So, I mean, if we're gonna go easy on someone, he might be the one to go easy on.
Oh, we'll definitely interrogate him and see what he was actually up to.
Yeah.
We found where y'all wrecked the car. Well, that landslide was clearly not accidental.
Yeah, it was clearly the landslide.
But they saw that coming in, dropped a couple of guys off to investigate that. They found tools and so forth where the landslide had been set up. Probably not for y'all specifically. It was probably just something they had done as a precaution. But
Kat's gonna feel a little better about that. She'll also tell the constable where the other cases of the seeds are at.
okay. Took me a blank for a second.
I think she put him over with Francis and Jade when she kind of like.
That's right, because y'all got him out of the way to make sure they didn't get caught in the crossfire. We wouldn't want evidence getting laser fired or anything.
Yep.
So the constable and some of his deputies, they take statements from you. If you've got any information off the guy's comm link you want to give to him, he accepts that.
We never went over like what loot these guys would have had because we didn't loot them before we ended last week. So we went
Did we not? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we went a little over, so we kind of were just like, we'll take care of all this looting next week.
That's right. We were running late.
Yeah, because our XP actually, we leveled a third now, so.
Yeah, everybody is leveled up, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Well in advance. Nobody was rushing at the last minute, right?
Nope, not a soul.
Mm-hmm.
We're all very, very dutiful players.
Let's see. I think I was using gang members for most of them. All right, so all of them would have had a light pistol. Short blades. And armored jackets. As far as the regular gang members go, so that's what? 1, 2, 3.
I think it was 3 or 4 of them.
I was thinking I wound up deleting 2 of the tokens at some point.
I know you deleted at least one because the other guy was standing on top of him.
Because they were getting in the way. We'll say 4 for right now. If I go review the video, I can always tell you different. And then the gang leader had he had a layered jacket, an auto pistol, a wrist blade, and a saber.
Cat would be yoinking the wrist blade just because that shit's cool. And probably before they came, she would have gotten the layered jacket off. Someone can possibly use it.
Yeah, we have to look up exactly what it does. He's got a higher AC, so I assume that it is better than an armor jacket.
Let's see if I can find it real quick.
While this is going on and people are getting medical treatment, Francis and Jade, you both wake up. You're right inside the
Everything hurts. Again.
Everything does hurt. You feel like you've been in a car wreck.
So, what happened out here?
You
Aside
guys,
from a lot of dead people.
you guys took a nap and we ended up in the car got landslided, and you two, me, and Adrian ended up here. We woke up. You did not. Guy started snapping pictures. This guy said he knew you, or his boss knew you, or something. Adrian might know more about that. Anyway, yeah, they had the stuff. They found us in here. Long story short, they're dead. We're not. We're probably getting paid.
Oh,
There's other details.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So that is the cliff notes, or the cat notes.
The
But fish.
cat's like, running on lots of blood loss notes.
But anyway,
I think Adrian's still out. He's just like, oh.
Yeah, everyone got stabilized.
But he's not conscious.
so anyway, they get you out of the cave. Constables are running all over the place. They're cataloging the equipment, running registration numbers on the vehicles. Clearly starting an investigation, trying to figure out who these people are. They cart off the guy that's the conscious guy, Him and the little guards out in the woods they caught. Gonna take them back and, interrogate them. The constable pays you whatever was agreed on.
800 for hunting him down.
Okay.
What armor did that guy wear again?
Layer jacket. I didn't find it in the book.
Layer jacket.
Yeah, the stats for these guys came out of some of the preview material from where I had backed the Kickstarter, so I may have to poke around and see what it actually wound up being called in the final edition. Because the gang members had an AC of 12, and the gang leader had a 15, so. So I'm assuming the armor jacket's a +2. And
the armor jacket is a base AC 11.
Oh, they got a dex of 1, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And the layered jacket, he got a 15, his dex is a 3.
It's probably infiltration suit or reinforced mesh.
Probably a base AC of 12, if I had to guess.
Well, the three things with base AC of 12 is light trooper armor, infiltration suit, and reinforced mesh.
Probably go with reinforced mesh then. Because
So
that sounds like
medium
something that would be worked into normal clothing.
Well, that's medium armor, so his max dex would be a +2 for that.
We'll figure it out sometime.
Yeah. It's low tier enough. It's not something I would probably stick with for very long anyway.
Nope, I'm wearing it to endgame.
Which turns out to be just a few sessions in, when everybody can
Yeah.
Alright, so y'all spend a day or so laying around getting patched up. You get back to the ship. Jim's glad to see you.
Jason, you seem to be cutting in and out for me.
Am I cutting in and out anybody else?
Not really, no.
Not that I can notice.
Just you,
It
Matt,
sounds
respect.
like you might not be the problem.
No, that'd be a first.
I keep hearing what sounds like almost like the echo effect, like a distortion.
Someone does have themselves projecting over the roll 20, so you might want to mute roll 20.
Alright, so yeah, if you go to settings. Let's see. Make sure I'm not broadcasting anything. Yeah, you can put I want to broadcast to others nothing, and I want to receive from others nothing in the settings. So otherwise, yeah, sometimes it'll pick up 2 somethings.
Okay, you're coming a lot clearer now.
Okay, hopefully that took care of it then. So anyway, you get back to the ship. You know, some of you that were roughed up the most, or like Jade and Francis that were unconscious for so long from the wreck, the local doctors want to keep you overnight for observation. But you know, they don't find anything serious, minor concussions, that sort of thing. So the next morning, you make it back to the ship. Jim's glad to see you're all okay. Asked you how it went.
Poorly but victorious.
We're alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any victory you walk away from.
Well,
You can always talk about how the enemy was soundly defeated, later on at the bar. Make it sound better.
the older you should see the other
Fra-
way.
Francis is just lucky he's not Boots.
Thoroughly lucky.
They can make an alligator skin trench coat out of him.
It's a lot of skin.
Just for reference in the future, should you be unconscious, if we drag you by your tail, it's not going to fall off or anything, right?
For future reference, you will not drag me by my tail.
If you're unconscious and 5'0" me is trying to drag you by your tail,
it's
that's
part
going
of
to
my spine.
Okay, it's not going to disconnect, right?
Why not drag
Okay.
him by his arm or his leg, though? I mean, it's perfectly fine.
Because I need some comedy and levity in that moment where I'm having to drag an unconscious teammate around.
This was a whole conversation
My
last week.
butt hurts so much.
Yeah, Zach, this was a whole conversation last week about whether or not his tail would pop off if she tried to drag him.
I am so happy about that. That is beautiful.
Also, if you're unconscious, are you okay with the idea as a melee weapon?
That was not a conversation
That
we
was
had,
not. That was not anything we talked about because we're sane.
but now I'm curious. I know, if we had to use you as a melee weapon, or as a projectile, would you be okay with it?
I don't like this conversation, and I'm not sure I trust any of you anymore.
What did I do?
You're alive. We wouldn't have really used you as a projectile.
You're more of a club.
A flail, if you will.
If we
I
swing
like how-
Francis
how
at a D8 or a
Jade's
D10,
body wasn't really the melee weapon option, just the lizard man.
And here's the funny thing, folks. She not only has had consistently higher HP than me, but she's also slightly stronger than the 7-foot-tall lizard man.
She ain't got all that extra weight to carry around that you've got.
Here's stubbornness.
Hmm.
write down in notebook, the tail will not fall off.
I think you missed the opportunity, Zach.
Oh.
You should totally tell her to fall.
Hmm.
Should I look over at Adrian? Did we ever get the name of the person that was getting the pictures or was gonna get these pictures? Because they were really interested in you two.
Yeah,
He goes digging back through his memory from everything that he downloaded. Does he find the name in there?
You don't find a name of a particular individual, or you find what they're calling him, but you're pretty sure, just the way they use it, you're pretty sure it's just a call sign or whatever.
Okay.
Because they're never very direct about what's going on. It's kind of subtle. It's the package is never what's in the package.
Yeah.
This little area is always referred to just as the farm.
Mm.
Or they talk about setting up the farm.
Yeah.
Because y'all kind of nipped it in the bud before it got started. Which I'm
Oh.
sure no drug dealer ever would hold against you.
Of course not. No. But Do we get the name of the guy who was taking the pictures and/or the person he was reporting to, and all that?
Yeah, big boss man.
The guy taking the pictures was named, according to what's in his data, in his com thing, was Andrew Allen. Name doesn't mean anything particular to you. He was reporting to someone called Red.
Called Rid or Red?
Red.
Red.
As in the color.
Got it. Adrian will just clap his hands, rub them together, second. If I can direct your all's attentions to, both middle fingers, this screen behind his head, and the entire conversation that this guy had with Red, names included, about Jade and Francis, is behind his head. Does this mean anything to you?
I'm sorry. Need to mute ourselves.
Sounds like somebody swallowed down the wrong pipe.
Killed them, man. Why'd you kill him?
Sorry,
what
we're
I
still
do.
getting over a throat thing.
It's all good.
Francis looks to Jade. This is getting very uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, having his sword shoved up my gut was pretty uncomfortable, too.
But
You can't be sure that it's about you two, but the guy is talking about a couple of people that really, really wrecked one of his facilities, and that he would really, really like to get his hands on.
it's a distinct possibility. But I mean, there's a lot of people that operate in pairs of twos, and I'm sure we're not the only human Mordecai duo around. Oh, fudge.
At this point, Dan would kind of look. Hey, when you guys decide to lie, you may want to lie with a person we have not actively seen lie over a piece of rug.
I'm not lying.
Not lying.
So you are lying.
I never said that.
No, you said not
So you
not
never
lying,
said
which is
you're
a double
not
negative.
lying. So if you never said you're not lying, you've managed to actually come back around the truth and managed to come back to a lie. Impressive.
Okay, now, you're all the ones that are wanting to make a weird little graph chart about whether or not I'm a liar.
Okay,
Why?
look,
We already have
Let-
one. It's right here.
let's put it this way. 3 of us nearly started pushing up daisies. And there's a very good possibility that's because of you two.
Well, not really because of them. I mean,
We were in this fight far before we found
Yeah,
out
we were-
being tracked by anyone.
yeah. I mean, the fact that, the guy recognized them or thought he recognized them is just kind of ancillary. I mean, it'd be great to know, who we're fighting if we have to. I mean,
No,
all of
he
us are
pret-
horrible people.
No, see, he legitimately said the boss really wants a picture of these two.
But the boss didn't know they were already on their way out there. I'm sure if the boss knew they were already on their way out there and he wanted them, he would have done more than set up a landslide that may or may not have killed them.
Francis and just starts doing the little hand signal communication. Okay, we've got to lay our cards on the table at this point, don't we?
We might as well.
Not
How much money do we have in our account?
enough to get away from this. All right. All right. Full disclosure. Not too long before we all met, there was no May. We did take a job on behalf of a client to acquire a let's call it a fancy little piece of art. In the process of acquiring this, certain mistakes may have been made, which resulted in the warehouse in which this piece of art was being stored being completely destroyed.
With said art piece.
And
You
all.
said, you said we're calling it a piece of art, but was it actually a piece of art?
Yes.
Or was
yes,
it like a thermonuclear reactor or something?
No, oh God, I mean, maybe? I don't know. It was a statue. It looked really nice.
It was part of a larger collection that was also stored in that warehouse.
Which,
That's no longer exists.
yes. And we may or may not have taken it specifically because it was owned by a former employer who we had certain disagreements with. The Scarlet Dust Pirate Gang.
Everybody's pretty much heard of these guys.
That might explain the name Red.
Yeah.
Scarlet Dust or Dusk?
Dust.
Dusk.
Okay.
The particulate matter flung into the air.
But that doesn't quite have the roll off the tongue action of the word dusk.
No, it doesn't.
Well, to make life interesting, we won't get bored. We'll get shot at a little bit more. Possibly, maybe.
Danner pulls out his notebook, goes, "Alright, so we are being hunted by an infamous mafioso / pirate group, the Technocracy, and a bunch of rich a-hole. Well, we've got all the bases covered.
That's
We need to
Cat's
start
family.
asking higher pay. No one knows that.
Oh, have you not let that out? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I thought y'all come clean another session, but I guess not quite completely clean.
He hadn't let that. No shit. Nobody knows that. Like, nobody. Nobody.
I thought Adrian knew it.
No.
He doesn't.
Oh,
Thanks, man.
All
Sorry.
he knows is that her name is Kat, and that she's been very helpful
oh
in
okay.
being away from her family, basically.
Yeah, Cat has always. Everyone just knows Cat by Cat, and that isn't even her real name.
So y'all have this whole conversation. Jim slowly slips out of the room. A minute or two later, he's back with a bag of popcorn.
Stiff drink. Well,
So,
To which Hull goes, "Oh, popcorn, you should have said something. You used the flamethrower to make Jiffy Pop."
Yeah, I could have really used a drink.
I think we could
Concussion
all
or
use a
not.
drink. We should go back and see if the station has a nice bar.
I am going to my room. Got a robot to build.
wait, you got a robot?
And he just turns and walks off without responding to anybody.
But I always have robots.
He must have gotten jealous of you, new friend.
Just don't have them battle each other in the hallway again.
I promise nothing.
That would be very entertaining.
It would be entertaining. It's just if you happen to walk by in the middle of the battle.
Cargo bay. Use the cargo bay.
Yeah.
Sell tickets.
Intergalactic battle bots.
Real steel.
So as Adrian walks off, you hear a beeping coming from the cockpit. Jim gets up and kind of hustles off.
This is the last job we had from the board. Do we want to go get more jobs? See if Achille has anything new for us?
And that's what
I don't.
Jim's about to. What Jim turns around and shouts down the hallway to you.
And
Hey
I don't
guys,
know
Achille wants to talk to you.
how. Oh. And also, what was the pay for rounding up the gang and everything, too?
That
Constable
was
paid you
800.
800.
Oh, okay.
That was for the whole group, so we'd have to split it.
Gotcha.
Cat'll go grab Adrian since Achilles on the line. Just drag him back up there.
He just walks in, sulking.
You see Achilles on the screen. He's clearly been talking to Jim. He's got a concerned look on his face. Jim's looking kind of thoughtful.
All
Whatever
right,
it is,
broke what?
we probably didn't do it.
He's like, what? No. I apologize for calling you again so soon with a job. I thought I would, I thought you would have more downtime. Though I am glad I caught you while you were still in system. The information that Adrian and Hull had gotten off the hard drives from a CDL 113. I'd passed that information out to a colleague of mine, former colleague of mine, who was an expert in linguistics. I sent her Adrian's, the beginning of Adrian's translation stuff. Or excuse me, him. As of this morning, his research lab was vandalized. Files were destroyed, his computers were wiped. He was thankfully not there. But he was aware of the courier being attacked. I filled him in on everything that had gone on. I did say a reason not to. So he is no longer interested in working with me. I have made contact with another colleague of mine,
Legitimate businessman.
Henry Cyrano. She's a professor.
A legitimate professor.
She's Eldori, which is that blue-skinned race. What the job I'd like to do now is to carry the information to her. I'm a little concerned about sending it. Just sending the files. Because I don't know how. Well, assuming that my former colleague was attacked because of these files, I don't know how anyone would know I had sent them to him. I mean, obviously someone with enough computer skill could be keeping tabs on me. I don't want to sound paranoid or anything, but my courier was attacked bringing me information. You spotted an odd ship as you were leaving the CDL system. And now I have a colleague attacked almost as, within a day or two of me giving him this information to work on. There's an old saying about once is happenstance, twice is coincidence, and 3 times enemy action. So this is twice that there have been actual attacks involving my research. So I would like you to physically carry her a copy. And maybe spend a couple of days kind of working security for her.
Sounds doable.
Okay.
Is it at like a personal estate or a house or at like a campus?
Depending on when you arrive, you would probably meet her on campus. She spends a lot of time in her office on campus.
I mean, do you want to let the campus security know? Would they maybe? I'm not saying we're not good, but would they be able to maybe offer a higher degree of protection or assist us in protecting? Or are we wanting to keep this kind of quiet? Because I mean, we're kind of stick out.
Well, the planet the college is on is, or the university is on is pretty diverse. Very multicultural. So your party would not stick out as bad there. I mean, maybe not carry around heavy weapons all the time.
Guys, we get to pretend to be students.
Actually, gotta duck out for a second, Jason.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've been a student of much of anything.
Go back and get a degree in, I don't know, underwater basket weaving?
Xeno horticulture.
So basically, I get to go back to school. Lovely.
I didn't even finish school.
Did you even
go.
go to school?
I mean, I was enrolled. Whether or not I was physically there or not,
Do
It's
you
been a
even
while.
go here?
He's like, well, you would be hanging around the professor. I mean, I guess you could sit in her classes, but this isn't exactly an undercover gig. Don't get too excited about that.
Aw.
We're not 21 Jump Streeting it, basically.
I don't get that reference.
It was a really old pulp
No, I
movie.
get the movie reference.
Yeah, I
My
know.
character doesn't get the reference. Like, it had a remake. Yes, I know what it is.
Well, that's what Kat was being like. You didn't see that remake of the movie? That was an old Earther movie.
Do I look like an old earther?
I mean, you don't stay up all night just watching really old, obscure movies? Come on!
Yeah.
We're having a movie night, guys.
Y'all.
We're having a movie night, guys. After we do this job for Achille, of course.
Or on the way. It'll be a several days travel. So
Fine, but you're all watching the documentary Search for the Homeland.
I'm okay with this.
It's very boring. Because we never find the homeland. We never fucking find the homeland.
I've probably listened to worse.
It's an 86-part series.
Francis just pats Dan on the back. Gonna be okay, man. Gonna be okay. You'll find it.
Someday it'll be okay.
What's the
Right now,
Going back to building my robot. Let me know when we get there. He just turns and leaves.
all right,
Achille, I guess we're taking the job.
excellent.
Do we need to contact her before we get there? Are you letting her know we're coming, or we just show up on her doorstep like lost cats?
Yes, I've let her know that I'm sending some people by to speak with her about something.
Awesome.
I assume Adrian still has a copy of all the information.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're out of the room, so you can't actually answer that. Achilles asked
he-
chat.
He probably
Yes,
keeps a
he
copy
should
of
still have a copy.
everything.
Oh, okay. Well, if he doesn't, just swing by the station and I can give y'all a copy.
I'll check in with him once he's done being grumpy.
Do we have that kind of time? I kid.
Probably not. I'll just chuck something at him.
I heard that.
I know.
All right.
Fuck you too.
Flips off the air.
I crack one open.
It's that kind of mission, guys.
It's Miller time.
Going to university, they could be frat parties.
God, no.
Though at an Eldori run in university, not so much. They're a little more prim and proper, emotionally restrained.
Yeah.
Not Vulcan by any stretch, but
It's the most logical frat party ever.
Closer to Eldar than Vulcans, basically.
yeah. I know in blue, but
Just imagining they just get here and it's like, hey, what if it's not equals MC squared? What if it's E equals MC to the third power?
us all kicked out.
Sorry. My brain went places. Continue.
Alright. So is there anything y'all need to do before y'all leave the planet? Any reason for you to go back to the station?
Do we want to see if they have any more information on the dude that initially gave us that job? That Steven Carter? Do we want to pick up any, space Cinnabon for the road? Get any more toys? We have money now.
Well, I do need to pick up a few things from the markets.
All right. So what's the overall pool currently, and what do we have individually? Because there was we're gonna have to distribute what we got.
For the box delivery, we got 600. For the hunt down of the guys, we got 800. So that's our combined at the moment is 1,500. No, that's not the right math. 1,400.
Not including what we got from the mission.
From what mission?
From the pool that we already had.
Yeah, not including what we already have. That's like what needs to be split up and divided between people and ship. Cat's like, oh damn, we didn't even ask Achille if we're getting paid for this.
Well, your overall agreement with him is that he pays you for the individual jobs.
Yeah, but that could be like
You know.
one. Here's a single unit.
Just
Don't spend it all in one place. Just physically impossible.
Like, so I heard you don't like having all of
These guys are far too rich. So we had 1,400 divided up by us.
Oh yeah, Dan will also mention. Oh yeah, the guys that went to hunt us when we took their stuff and we got some credits off that. I'm gonna still count that as 25 credits apiece. We're just gonna keep that because that's too small to split.
We can just put it towards the ship.
Yeah.
Or you guys keep it. Yeah.
Because we also got a plethora of weapons and other things like that too. So
And do we want to go sell our shit before we go off?
having some backup arms and might not bad idea. Probably hold on to the ammunition too, just so we have some. Other than
Cat's like, I'm keeping the wrist blade, and she's like playing with it, like chink 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 chink.
Just don't cut yourself.
you know, Kat, you're giving me ideas of something else I can build.
No, this is mine. You can't know.
No, I'm
You
gonna build
cannot
one for
attach
myself.
it to the robot either.
I'm gonna build one for myself. But
I'm now worried.
And it's gonna be
Yeah.
a wrist gun.
thank you for the idea.
A wrist gun.
So market at station, then job. Yes, no,
yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
All right, so
that's
you're
6 yeses. We're good.
all right. So you return to the station in orbit above Casparilla.
Do we need to gas up the ship for this?
And since we're leaving from his station, is the fuel provided for? That's one other thing we need to check.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
distant?
that kind of stuff. Well, the docking fees are what you don't have to worry about at this station because Achille has got a private dock for his ship. Jim tells you fuel is probably not a big deal. He'll go ahead and top it off, but it's not. Y'all only went down to the surface of the planet. Y'all haven't burned a whole lot.
Yeah, but we'd been... Okay, sure.
Like I said, he'll go ahead and top it off.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, you know, ship's my business. Keeping her flying is, what I'm here for. Please don't make me do stunts in an atmosphere again.
We'll try not to get it shot out anymore.
He's like, the pistols they were using weren't going to do no damage to the ship anyway.
Emotionally damage the ship.
All right, so you know your way around the station a little bit by now. At least you know where the markets are. So yeah, anything you want to buy, you can buy. You know, within reason.
Adrian is going to buy parts and stuff that he needs for his drone.
For his robot. Let's see.
What's our current team money?
We have 100 or 1,400. We have not decided how we're splitting up.
Oh, I like
All
this
right.
index.
Trying to remember how many actual party members do we have? Because I can't. We got
6?
6.
6 total. All
If we
right.
divide it up fairly evenly, it's 233 repeating.
So,
Um,
233, I guess.
If there's 6 of us, we put 200 to the overall pot, and that's 1,200. We can divide up between 6.
I'm okay with that.
Yep, that'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, Adrian go buy 200 units of solidified sorium.
Okay.
Also, he's also gonna buy the parts and stuff that he needs to build a wrist-mounted device that will cover basically his entire right arm.
All right. Now
And a
what?
long sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
You're looking for a what now?
Basically, he's buying the parts that he needs to essentially build what looks like a piece of armor that will go over his entire right
Forearm.
but will essentially be an arm-mounted device that will stay on him.
Okay.
Because the requirements for one of the abilities I got at level 3 is I have to build my own device to use it.
Okay.
So
you're buying raw components, or
yeah, and he's basically building a piece of armor for his arm. Looks like it has a porthole near the front where the wrist would.
okay. All right. Well, if y'all have got some stuff, if y'all want to sell it, and in typical D&D fashion, arms, armor, and gear, as a general rule, assuming it's undamaged, fetches half their cost when sold. Y'all don't have any enhanced gear or anything. Don't think y'all have any gems or collectibles yet.
Nah.
But I like the index. There's actually a page listing for selling loot.
Hey.
As opposed to the actual D&D 5th edition where, you look up something and it tells you to go look somewhere else.
Yeah.
In the index. It uses more
Look
ink
here.
telling you where to go look than it would take to just put the page number.
It's so helpful.
Go look here, and then go look in a completely different book.
Mm-hmm.
We had 4 of the light pistols from those guys, correct?
Right,
Yeah.
and the leader had an auto pistol.
Okay.
And then we had 2 more light pistols and sabers, or 3 more light pistols, sabers, and vests from the rock slide fight.
Well, short blades. Only the leader had a saber.
Sorry, short blades. My bad.
Just come in here looking like a freaking weapon emporium. We just robbed your competition.
Where'd all these guns come from? From perfectly legitimate sources.
From people, as all things come from that are man-made.
They no longer needed them.
They died unexpectedly.
We just found a cache of weapons
On a
and dead
core.
bodies. If no one, it was an auto pistol.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure one of us is going to keep that, though, so...
Not me. I can only use simple ranged at this point. And that is not simple ranged.
Well, I'll take it. No one else wants it. Because I can actually use martial weapons.
So 1d6 piercing with burst fire and high velocity.
Not that I actually ever use a pistol, but in case I don't have access to my abilities.
You could always use up all your slots, yeah.
Well, my main base attack's one of my primes, so.
Or you could
On
always
the
be
other
undercover.
hand-
Can't let them know I'm an Esper.
Yep. That's half the reason, because hey, that guy needs a gun. He's probably not an Esper.
Did we ever decide what AC the layered armor is? Are we saying...
We're saying 12.
Okay.
Because his dex was a +3. Oop.
Where?
Yeah, his dex was a +3, so.
That's, there we go.
Alright, any of the rest of y'all need anything?
Hey Taylor, what was the name of that, basically that a backpack that attaches to your armor? What was that
Oh,
stuff?
I already have my pack attachment.
No, I was looking for one for me.
Pack attachment. Wait, what kind of armor do you have?
Medium.
I think pack attachment will connect to that. It's literally called pack attachment.
Okay, here it is. And it costs exactly 200. Right.
Anybody want the jacket? If not, Cat's gonna keep it.
He
Yeah,
did
man.
raise his hand.
Yeah, but I thought it was just like nobody else wants it.
that
We're
was-
selling it, but if cats
That was like a light armor thing, wasn't it? Or...
It was 12. Yeah, I think it was light armor. It would be the equivalent of like in your dragon drop sheet studded leather armor.
Gotcha. There we go.
She would make sure to get it cleaned while
Weight
we're
reduced by half. Yep. And it works with medium armor too. So
Okay.
goodbye, 200 guy just got.
Ah, well, you can't take it with you. But now with the backpack, you can take other stuff with you.
Yep.
Wait, was it? It was light armor on that?
Oh, for the coat?
Yeah.
Yes.
She'll give it to Adrian because she can pick up like a reinforced mesh, and that would be a base AC of 12, and that would bump her up. And that would be 100, and she'll just buy that. And the pistols you say would sell for like half or third?
Half.
Okay. Who's keeping track of the pistols that we have? As far as how many we've sold, we had like 6 pistols or so.
I
We had
think
six,
that's right.
six
light
light
pistols.
pistols, and I'm
That's
taking
600. And we kept the heavy pistol.
the auto pistols. We
Yeah.
kept up.
Or did we sell? We're selling the sabers, or the whatever the melee weapons, short swords,
Short blades.
Yeah, because I don't think many of us actually use them.
Yeah. So the short blades would sell for 50 each, and we had how many?
And the sabers would be 100.
I think you had about, was it 6? Would it be 6 of the short blades total?
Yes.
Okay, so 300.
So I want to say it was a light pistol and a short blade for all like the regular mooks.
Yeah.
And Big Dude had the sabers. That's 100.
Thank you for watching the Diver Adventure stream, where we do math.
Accounting.
It's not the
So that would be 1K of gold, or cubal, space gold,
cubits.
cubits. Do we want to just like, if everyone's there while they're selling it, do we want to? Anyone want to buy something? We got a little bit of, we got stuff. Maybe we can get a discount if we,
threaten the shopkeepers.
completely. That's how you get a discount.
Jade, would you like to grab that sniper rifle?
That gun you were looking at longingly.
I thought I picked that up at one of our battles.
You got a
No, that
heavy
was
rifle.
that was a heavy rifle.
Ah.
It was a better rifle, but it was not technically a sniper rifle.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of intended for Jade to stay on the ship just because she, freaked out by that guy taking pictures.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry
Do-
about that. None of the
do you
pictures
want-
got out.
Do you want one of us to buy you a sniper rifle?
We'll combat. Jade, we know you didn't come, but that gun you were giving, hard eyes at is still here. And we've got, a K of space gold.
Yes. Yes, please. Thank you. You
Goodness.
guys are wonderful.
Please note
Nothing
the heavy
Francis
rifle you
said.
have is burst fire. The sniper is not.
Yeah, high velocity has recoil, two-handed. Oh, the rifle is also two-handed.
And also listed as heavy, whatever that means.
Means a big mama drama.
It may also mean you have to two-hand it, no matter what.
Yeah.
Or may have to have a bipod for it or something.
When in doubt, I'll look it up.
Cat'll look at the shopkeeper since we, can we just maybe get a discount a little bit?
Okay, heavy, small creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls with heavy weapons. So basically, but you're not a small creature.
Yeah. There are no... So far, I have not noticed any space halflings in this, so...
Space halfling with a sniper rifle would be awesome.
This is coming from me, who actually had a halfling sniper carry a Barrett. So
Yep, D20 Modern. We had a buddy run a knockoff Shadow run using D20 Modern. Patrick had a rifle larger than his character.
That's the only way to play a sniper is to have a rifle larger than your character.
Yep.
So we're going to the gun shop.
I think we're at the gun shop, just selling everything.
How much is the sniper rifle?
The sniper
800.
rifle is 800. If we sell all of our weapons and etc. back at half price, we get 1,000.
Wait, so nobody else is getting anything?
weapon-wise, no. Oh, actually, I'm buying the pack attachment because because the sniper rifle's 800, that's 200 right there.
We might be able to get a discount. We can try sweet talking the guy.
Why would he give you a
Gal.
discount?
Because we're charming as hell.
Yeah, you and everybody else that comes in here.
Well, this is our
Safe-
favorite.
safe
This is our
choice.
favorite station on the space.
You're trying to take money.
Listen.
You're trying to take food out of my children's mouths.
Did Mama Green sell any guns?
No, she ran a repair shop basically.
Okay. We could see maybe doing exchange of get this, and this, and maybe get a little bit discount, and just not get any gold back. I don't know. I say gold, I mean space gold, but you guys know.
Mm-hmm. So as you're buying this sniper rifle, the guy is kind of looking at you. Now, you're not planning to use this on the station, are you?
No.
No, sir, we are not.
Okay.
That's insulting.
You're not
She's
there.
not even here. She's insulted.
She's fixing a sandwich on the ship and suddenly she just feels insulted.
Sounds about right. Okay, so it's
Yeah. And just hit the gear.
I did a thing.
Jesus.
Alright, is there anything else y'all want to do on the station?
Not that I can think of.
Adrian got what he needed.
Let's get a +2.
Dandrew, was there anything you were wanting to buy?
Not right now,
Sorry
no.
about that, guys.
Oh, no problem.
He's just shooting the ship. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm practicing my aim in the ship. Turn out well.
Somewhere.
Anyway,
Jim's
we're gonna be here for a week while we get the hull repaired.
Why is
Oh.
this wisdom?
That was just a mistake.
What have you
There you go.
done?
Hey, I did another thing.
Cat'll grab Space Cinnabon on the way back to the ship.
Stock up for the journey.
You gotta get the necessities. Ammo, guns, snack food.
Did you remember to buy ammo for the sniper rifle?
Ooh, we might need that.
Yes, we did.
We can turn back.
Yes, we did.
Well, y'all wouldn't get out of the shop without the owner suggesting it. Because, he wants to sell ammo.
It would be 20 for... was, what, 20 space gold for 20 bullets. Or how many bullets?
It's literally
It's a 1-1 exchange.
yes.
I just switched back to the main map. And I want to point out this travesty that I'm not fighting anything and I roll wonderfully.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, yeah.
Such is life.
That's how it goes.
So now when you're back to rolling
be
one,
like-
just because you wasted all those shots.
Yep.
All the good bullets were used. Cat would throw in like 40 of her gold to grab 40 bullets for.
Okay. 40 bullets should last a while in D&D style
Yeah.
fighting.
Nah.
Until she gets where she can make multiple shots in a round.
Then she's on her own. I'm saying Cat's topping off her ammo, and I'll just take care of that too while I'm doing it.
GM has made sure the ship is stocked with supplies, though he did that before y'all left for the planet, and y'all didn't really use anything, so.
Stocked up on space popcorn for the incoming movie-thon.
Alright. So you take off. Adrian continues to work on his robot and his mechanical sleeve, or whatever he's going to call it.
Basically a gauntlet.
Cat would remind him to make a copy of the stuff for the injury Syndro. Just so they have when they get there.
Enri is her first name. Cerno is her last name. So Enri Cerno.
Gotcha. How long of a trip is this?
Yes.
It's gonna be the better part of a
there
week.
yet, Jim?
It's gonna be the better part of a week.
Get through all 86 parts of Search for the Homeland.
It's not really that long. It was a one-time documentary kind of explaining the whole thing of our race is old, and we didn't know enough astrophysics when we left, and then some weird shit happened.
That have a moment where there's a guy with crazy hair going, aliens.
Well, I'm picturing it, since it's a boring documentary, I'm picturing it being voiced by Ben Stein,
Well,
doing his monotone.
see, the problem is
We
the
lost
cashier.
the home world, and then we found space.
Well, see, the Cash have a flair for the dramatic, being able to, have our faces impersonate people. So every now and then you'll see someone famous from your culture go, wait, they're dead. Oh, I gotcha.
That
So
guy.
there's a few moments, few comedic moments in the film where you clearly go, hey, wait, that's a human actor. Hey, wait, that's a... Just because the Cash,
Totally amazing.
the Cash are doing it for more for the entertainment and education of other races.
Wouldn't they get sued though? How
For
does that
what?
work in
Looking the
space?
way they look?
Strangely enough,
It's
you said
not
it's a boring
made up.
document.
Person's face. Because what would Angelina Jolie do if someone went around and
Well, I mean, there
Look-
are celebrity impersonators.
Yeah.
Professional celebrity-
Yeah, 600
don't-
years from now, what would happen if you impersonated Elvis? Oh no.
What do you mean impersonated?
I was thinking more current famous people that they were slipping into their documentary to kind of catch people's eyes, and using that to get views or whatever.
They're probably used
Yes,
to
I'm
it.
putting too much thought into this.
She is.
Trust me, the Kesh no law. We're not doing anything illegal in this. It was just walking up and going, hey, human race, who's a famous person that if you saw speaking would find kind of funny that you have a voice recording of? And we found someone, 300 years back that was voted on that we can't get sued for. And they're like, all right, well,
Their
we'll use
estate
that
is
one.
dead.
So anyway, y'all get through a good bit of Cat's back catalog of old Earth movies and Andrew's documentary.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
he apparently
By that
carries on
time,
his person at all times.
Adrian has taken to walking around with what looks like a sort of steel / kind of shiny silver gauntlet on his right arm. There's a tiny little floating dragonfly-looking thing that sort of just buzzes around him. That's been going around the ship.
Not annoying at all.
Then all of a sudden, one of my little sphere drones just has an awkward staring contest looking at it.
It just goes right through the sphere drone. Like literally phases straight through it and keeps going.
I'd say Francis has probably just instinctively snapped his teeth at the dragonfly drone.
It's
Couple
phased
times.
through Francis's mouth too.
So it's
You,
not
sir,
a
do
physical
not have-
drone?
Actually, unless it chooses to reveal itself, it stays permanently invisible.
Oh,
too.
Just an annoying buzzing sound every now and then.
or it makes
That's
itself visible so he can show off that he's built one.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, how many of you have played StarCraft?
Yes.
It's been a
Yes.
while, but
Yes. Okay.
Oh, you're talking like the observers, those drones.
Yeah, basically. Think like a more condensed and solid version of an observer without the little twirly limbs on the back. Kind of closer to maybe like a probe than an observer in terms of like shape and design, but function about the same way.
Functioning by driving everyone on the ship slowly crazy.
you try to shut yourself in your room and it just phases through the door and buzzes around.
That is one of its things, is incorporeal
Danner just-
movement.
Danner just smiles because it reminds him of life on the farm with the bugs.
Space bugs.
Well, I mean, they were definitely planet-side bugs.
The one on the ship, space bug.
The one on the ship is indeed space bug.
Whenever he's eating, he'll just like sit down and eat, and it's just like sitting in his hair.
So anyway, it's several days
Ooh,
travel to
sir.
the next system with a crucible. You then jump crucibles, and it's another several days travel from that one to the planet where the University of Yerrit is. It is a university named after an old Kesh professor that had founded a university on this planet. It eventually, fell into ruin or whatever. But this one was named after him.
I was like, do we wanna try and buzz the professor?
Yeah, just go ahead and get in contact.
It's a make a note. You do have to pay docking fees here. We will not bother to look that up just right this moment, but
1,000 space gold docking fee.
1,000 space dollars.
It is a college parking lot, so we're gonna get towed unless we have the little like placard. Cat will just send a brief message to the lady and just let them know that they are in system, en route, and should be there within like 24 hours.
Okay. She tells you,
Unless-
she responds with, what building her office is in, because Achilles has told her you were coming.
Alrighty. He looks around. Do we want to let? Do we need to let the college know what we're up to, or are we just doing our own thing?
Achilles had suggested keeping things quiet because he doesn't know how these people are keeping tabs on him.
Good point.
But ultimately, he left, the details of how y'all accomplish this up to you. He's not wanting to micromanage or anything.
It probably would be best to keep this as quiet as possible.
Yeah. Hopefully, it doesn't come to like blows or anything. So I can just imagine how that would go over.
Nah, it's a college. Beer pong's probably the worst that'll happen.
Yeah.
Denner hasn't played beer pong in a long time.
Danner's gonna have like the school's mascot shirt and everything, and hat.
After the beer pong, he's going to be streaking. No clothes, just his implanted rig.
Now to clear that visual from my head.
Just streaking. It's so hard to sleep with this. Not realizing the play on words he had just performed. Just complaining about how bright the damn thing is at night.
Took you a second.
Shut up, Nick.
Alright.
Alright.
Guess we go find Professor.
So you get settled in at the spaceport. Jim is, of course, staying with the ship, as is his thing. Well, staying with the ship at the spaceport bar, whatever. He's in the area. Yeah. He's close enough that y'all let him know you come back to the ship, and he'll be there well before you get it warmed up.
Beans. Cat is keeping weapons on her though, even though they're not giant. She does have like the wrist blade and a pistol hidden underneath things.
So Jade, sweetie,
Yes.
you know those really nice rifles you like, and your brand new sniper rifle that I've seen you curled up with at night.
Yes.
You might need to leave those on the ship.
But then, what will I shoot with?
Well, I mean, you could probably hide your pistols under your clothes easy enough. I mean, we've had to do things like this before.
But I just got it. How will we bond?
There'll be plenty of bonding time with your new weapon later, dear. I have to leave my sword, which I haven't drawn at all in the last several weeks, behind because it's a giant sheet of metal. It'll draw too many eyes. So you're not the only one that has to leave things behind, Jade.
Just picture Jade looking like, oh.
I feel so attacked right now.
Is Danner anywhere near this conversation?
That's probably on the ship.
Danner go, to be fair, I'm not physically able to carry any of my weapons with me. He says while in full armor.
Yeah, I mean, she just basically gestures towards him and like, really?
I mean,
What?
look at me. I'm completely unarmed as a swarm of drones come around me.
Jade is
Okay.
very unamused at this point.
You, sir, are not helping this conversation.
Fine.
I'm
it's
leaving
fine.
the ship. You chuckle fucks have fun.
Language, sir. Language.
We're on a college
Jade
campus.
leaves all her rifles.
I'm
Do
pretty
not
sure
hate
they've
this
heard
boy.
birds.
Minds of
But-
children.
Well, at this point,
Has
you're at the
all-
space dock. You'll have to take a shuttle or a cab or something to the actual school.
But she has all of her small arms kind of strapped to her like that end scene in the Matrix movie. Jesus.
Yeah, no
Guns. Lots of guns.
What I have to make up?
kidding. And this is why I suggested having all of the pistols.
Quantity is a quality on its own.
A bandolier of pistols.
I'm just imagining her reapering like pistols, just unloading, run out of ammo, tosses them, grab another pair.
I have got a buddy that
Hey,
has
you
been
never know.
that does Civil War reenactments. That he talks about having seen guys basically do that. Have a bandolier with like 6 flintlocks, and yeah, they're literally just pull them out, shoot them, drop them, and go for the next pair. He criticizes it for its historical inaccuracy, but you know.
Are you saying people didn't do dumb stuff back then?
Just less
Flintlocks were
documented.
expensive. I'm pretty sure they didn't just drop them.
I mean, if you had enough dead buddies around with flintlocks, then you'd start doing it.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Looting is faster than reloading. Literally back then.
Also true.
Cat's just
Alright,
gonna
Grant.
hop on a taxi to the college campus.
Yeah, we get sidetracked so easy, don't we?
Yes.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, we take the space Uber.
To space college.
It's basically a self-driving or self-hovering car.
Hey.
Oh no.
But it's got an AI, so it talks to you the entire time.
Welcome to Johnny Cab.
What brings you to town? Where can I take you?
I'm reminded of those cabs from Wildstar now.
Never did play that one.
Let's go to a place of
That was-
higher learning.
That was basically like Ratchet and Clank's the game, at least the MMO, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was NC Soft, so I swore it off. Alright, y'all arrive at the college.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, very well kept grounds. It's one of the more prestigious colleges on the planet. None of you are really from this area, so none of you have really heard of it. It's not famous, galaxy wide or anything.
But it's named after a cache, so I kind of like it.
Yes. Yeah, there are plenty of cash on campus. Like I said, this planet's a pretty diverse. It's not on a main trade route, but it's just off of one, so you get plenty of folks coming through. You have no problem finding the building that the professor is in. She gave you the building number, the name, and building name, and her office's room number.
Gotta be like, you did make a copy of all the stuff we needed, right? And brought it with us, right?
Yeah.
Just asking.
I have backups of backups.
Yes, but you've been like elbow deep in building a tiny robot for the past week.
Yes. And guess where he is?
Everywhere.
Jade listens for the buzzing.
Yeah.
You don't hear buzzing.
Not here.
Oh,
Or
Lord,
landed on something.
it's inside of you, isn't it?
Oh no.
Him and his robot are very close. Slightly out of phase with each other, but very close.
It could also be in any of you.
Oh
No,
no.
no.
I need my
no,
rifle.
I'm getting out of this Uber.
What makes you think it's not the Uber?
I'm out of this conversation. And just like clamping her hands on her ears and walking
Over the mask.
over the mask, like where the ears would be on her mask. She just clamped her hands over that.
Message inside her mask. You know you're listening.
Takes one hand away long enough to flip him off and keeps walking to wherever this professor.
He just
office
grins and just cackles as he keeps walking.
You know,
A buzzing sound goes by Jade's ear.
I'm going to shoot it.
Should have brought the sniper rifle just for that.
As soon as I'm able, this is going to happen. And I want you to know you've brought this upon yourself.
Fire.
I'll just
And,
remake him now.
And also, I just wanted to ask, what actually is that class ability?
His?
Yeah.
It's something that's unique to him being a cybermancer.
I just wanted to, I was going to look it up while we were waiting for that.
It's the extended interface.
as Patrick's going, did I pick the wrong class?
No, I was just wondering.
So anyway, you walk into the foyer of the building. Try to get us back on track a little bit.
Sorry.
We all do it.
I have a tiny drone. Shenanigans are going to happen the rest of the game.
Feeling jealous, are we?
So anyway, walk into the foyer. There's a little sign thing on the door telling you, which professors are where. When you step into the elevator asks you, who you're going to see if you have an appointment. And you get the impression that whoever you're going to see kind of has to buzz you up or have pre-programmed permissions. There's no way, as soon as you tell it who you're looking for, though, the elevator begins moving. Walking through the hallway, you pass a few students. This area seems to be more of professors and researchers and not teachers' aides. What are they called in college?
Graduate students, honestly.
Thank you. Which I guess were students, but anyway. This building does not have classrooms in it. This is just mostly the offices. You step up to her door.
Do not put that drone near her.
The speaker next to the door kind of buzzes a little bit. Who is it?
Land Shark.
We're here on behalf of Achille.
Oh, yes. Y'all had contacted me and told me you were in system. Come on in. The door kind of open.
That was a very strange noise for you to make while we were opening a door. Dan says as he opens the door with his hand.
Well, the door opens itself. But anyway.
It just needs WD-40.
Or maybe it's like the doors, the Hitchhiker's Guide, where they...
The doors are programmed to be happy to open for you.
Anyway, you step into the office. The office is full. It's very tidy, but it's very full. There's lots of things stacked here and there, though the stacks are very tidy, and, it doesn't look like anything's about to fall, but there's a lot of stuff laid out on pretty much any empty surface. The professor is Eldori. So she's got the blue skin, dark hair. Her hair is long, kind of pulled back into a bit of a braid. She stands up, comes around the table, or comes around the desk as you walk in. Hello, I'm Professor Enry. There's a lot of you. Achille hadn't told me. Achille told me he was sending some people. He didn't tell me how many.
Well, considering the recent line of events, he decided more was a better idea.
He was a little vague as to what exactly had happened. I know. Well, crap! I didn't give the other professor a name, did I?
I don't think you did.
Negatory, you didn't.
Let's see. What's a good professor name? Aaron. I had heard about Professor Aaron being attacked, or his research lab, being attacked. Achille made reference to something else that happened previously.
How did we originally came into his employ was a courier who was carrying some of this data was attacked on the station en route to deliver it.
Okay. What is it about this? Do you have the data with you?
Looks over at Adrian like, you've got the data, right?
We all kind of did that awkward stare at Adrian.
Danner
What?
will go, hey Adrian, do you have the data?
Sorry, I've been looking at the room. What's going on? Oh, data. Right. Do you have something to hold it all in?
She holds up a data pad.
He
Something.
just glances at it,
Something
and it
iPad
just
size.
he'll just look at it, and it just starts downloading in.
Oh, thank you. She doesn't seem overly surprised or, awed by you being an Esper. So what is it? She starts flipping through some of it. So what is it about this that was going to... what would inspire somebody to commit violence over this?
Well, we don't really know. It's most information regarding an extinct species.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is that... Oh, yes. This is that species Achille discovered shortly before he retired. Or, not discovered, but became fascinated with. Oh, you've actually got a good sampling of their written language.
You're welcome.
Oh, you did this work? Oh, it was very nice. I assume there must have been a site with a fair amount of data recovered. You recovered or something.
And I actually pull up images of basically us finding the original site that Achilles found.
Okay.
A scrapbook like, here we are discovering.
Oh,
You're fighting a robot.
She's like, I think I remember hearing about the natives were not particularly friendly to the previous expedition, but they hadn't really found anything nearly this impressive while they were there. She's like, oh yes, this is fascinating. And Achille had said something about you were going to be in the area for a while, or... He was very vague in his communication.
Just, out of
We'll
an
be around
abundance
for a
of
while.
caution on his part.
The main concern is considering the information itself was attacked multiple times. We're both here as a delivery service and security for a short time.
Well, as secretive as he's been getting this to me. And the university being a little out of the way. I'm sure the security aspect of your job, I'm sure you won't actually have to do anything.
Right, though? I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's fine.
We
Everything's
can
fine.
only hope.
But if one or two of you want to sit in on her classes or her lectures, that's fine. Maybe not an entire 6-man squad wandering around her at all times, but certainly 6 of you hanging around the campus isn't going to raise any eyebrows. You have gotten here towards the tail end of the day. It's 3 or so in the afternoon. Or whatever the equivalent is in local time. She has got one more class she's got to give a lecture to today, and then she will, retire home.
You have anything that needs translating?
Not at the moment, no.
Just trying to find something to do.
Is her home on campus or off campus?
It is off campus but close by. Basically, you have the campus, a local park, and then, a residential area, and that's where she lives.
Just out of an abundance of caution on Achilles' part, and just because he'd probably asked to do this because he cares about his colleagues so much, would it be possible to get your address just so we can kind of make sure everything is secure? We're not gonna, want to go ahead and just, maybe scope the area near.
Oh, sure. She gives you the address. She gives you she basically gives you permission because it's more or less a gated community that she's in.
Okay.
So she gives you permission so you can get inside. She doesn't give you the keys to her house, so she welcomes you to look around the outside.
Okay. Cat looks around. I can go, do this. It wouldn't be the first time I've, kind of checked up on a gated community kind of situation.
Why is there a masked woman wandering around the professor's property?
I'm multipass.
Oh, we got somebody on stream. Or on Twitch. Hello, Dragon Master. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out with us.
That's just gonna go do the perimeter check around her house, see if there's anything fishy in the area.
Okay. Alright, so who's going to sit in on her lecture?
Hey, Janwell.
Okay.
Sure.
However, before Kat leaves, she'll feel the drone land on her shoulder.
Freaks out, tries to bat it, and like, son of a... and just, keeps walking.
Alright, so she gives about an hour lecture on lost and forgotten cultures. It's cultures that were thought to be mythological. She references ones from miscellaneous different species. She mentions Troy in reference to Earth, on how long that city was thought to be a myth, and then when they actually found it, and yada yada yada. Talks about Atlantis being a mythical one that, was never any proof found of it, and yada, yada, yada. And similar conversations on, other species. Nothing on the Kesh, though, because, who knows if they have any of their ancient myths left.
Yeah.
It is not an uninteresting conversation. But you two guys being techies, I don't know how into history you would be.
He is decent.
I'm actually just wanting to learn just anything I can, so please continue.
And it's a fairly full class, so She's clearly been doing this for a while, and in describing her, I forgot to mention that she has got some age on her. She's not, ancient or decrepit or anything, but her days of running around out in the field doing archaeological work is probably over. But anyway, she wraps up her lecture. She takes a few questions. Fills them in, fills in her students on what, section of the text they need to, be read up on by next class, and class dismisses. Kat, over the gated community. Your mask is getting you some funny looks.
She'll send a message to Adrian that she's taking it off, so he doesn't try to ping it, but she'll just kind of tuck it under her arm.
Okay.
Till
Well, you flash the permission she gave you. Security guy. Plump rent-a-cop. He didn't do much. He just kind of he is diligently checking, the folks that come in. Residents that go in before you, he calls them by name, so clearly he knows the folks. He checks your permission, he lets you in.
She'll ask him, like, this is the only entrance?
No, ma'am. There's 3 others. They're manned as well. And he tells you, about where they're at. It's kind of opposite sides. One side of the community kind of faces a stream, so there's not an exit.
It's just not fenced on that side. Like you just use the stream as a natural border.
Oh, it's got a wall back there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't.
The stream functions more as like storm drainage.
And are the walls like electrified or something? Or are they just brick walls? Or would you be able to
they're just
figure
stone.
that out?
I mean, it's just stonework.
It sounds really secure. Okay.
Well, it's not some kind of high security something. It's
Yeah, I know.
it just keeps the average riffraff out.
Okay. Just kind of gives the guy a thumbs up and goes on her way.
You spot the occasional security camera, but it's not. It's not quite downtown London where you've got CCTV everywhere.
She'll still just mark him because, the tech boys will ask about him.
Okay.
Drone's marking them too. Well, technically Adrian's marking them because he is in his drone now. But...
Does that mean he is unconscious somewhere?
No, he can actually connect.
Oh,
Just fine with
This
the
is
drone.
not when you push yourself into the net or whatever.
No.
Okay.
This is basically a perfectly in sync telepathic connection with the drone.
Okay.
It'd be more funny if he just passed out in the middle of her class.
Taking a nap.
In the front row, just all of a sudden it's like,
Your life made a pen of me staying awake, but you are so boring. So this drone is kind of a familiar.
It is actually.
And like all familiars, it doesn't exist until we think about it, and then it's there.
Yeah.
Only this time it's like game mechanics.
It's basically the Pact of the Chain from the Warlock class. Basically, is what it is.
Okay. So anyway, Kat, you start checking around her house. It's got an open front yard that connects to the neighbor's front yard. The backyard is fenced in. It's a 2-story house. It's not just a huge house, but it's it's good, respectable. Clearly professors around here get paid decent.
she's got tenured.
Probably. Given her age, probably. It's got a porch, little covered back patio.
Okay. She'll just kind of give it a once over, make notes of like any place people might be able to kind of hide out.
There's a few bushes up close to the house that's, in your opinion, a security no-no. No sign that anybody's been, trampling around in them, though.
Okay.
You see signs that she said that her house has its own security system. But all the windows are shut.
Okay.
You make a note of where all the doors are.
Yeah, makes a note of like all the pertinent like ins and outs and security risks and the security system because she knows the tech boys will probably want to check into that, and we'll probably just make a quick loop around the block that she's on and let the folks know she's heading back.
Okay.
I'll say as she's doing that, the drone is actually going to phase through the wall and do like a quick scat out of the inside of the house too.
Okay, so you have an idea of the floor plan. The house is very tidy. It's very well kept. There are a surprising number of bookcases. Considering most folks use data pads and stuff, she has a lot of things in actual book format. You know, some of it old historical texts, some of it just kind of old novels, old. It's like she collects old books, just kind of period.
Yeah.
Belongs in a museum.
Not necessarily that old, you know. And then she's got knickknacks and bric-a-brac that looks like it could be from this, that, and the other place.
Yeah.
Yeah, glancing around, you would guess that somebody that has traveled a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you don't find any signs that somebody's already been in here. There's nobody currently in there, other than some sort of small. You're assuming domesticated something. It's more like a primate than anything else.
It's going over do a quick. It's gonna like sort of float over, do a quick scan of it.
If your drone becomes visible, it kind of freaks out about it.
It doesn't.
Okay. Then yeah, it's just kind of lounging around on the couch, and then it goes over and it eats something.
Okay.
Think of a cross between like a monkey and a raccoon.
That sounds adorable.
It is. It is adorable. It's another reason you figure it's probably something domesticated.
We're gonna steal that from the professor. Put it on the
Or
ship.
it could be like a koala. Or it could be like a koala. Looks adorable, then it tears your face off.
Probably because you woke
Riddled
up.
with STDs.
Yeah, koalas are horribly riddled with STDs.
And their meat is completely inedible.
So we need at least one of them, right?
The more you know. Anyway, okay, yeah, it'll phase out of the house again, and then we'll land on Cat's shoulder.
Freak out again and then just keep walking.
People in the neighborhood looking at her. What is it with her? When she was walking in, she did that little thing, and then walking out, she does this.
I've got a twitch. It's a real medical condition.
So anyway, you're heading back to the school to meet them. The rest of you have met up in her office, and she's gathering her notes from the day and whatnot that she needs to. I say gather her notes. Everything would be on data pad, so she's sitting there making sure she's got everything downloaded. All her student stuff downloaded that she needs to check that night. Well, if y'all are ready, we can head back to the house now. It's going to be a little crowded if y'all are all, like, staying in the house. Or are you going to leave, like, one or two people? How are you doing this security thing? Are you staying? Is somebody going to stay in my house? Are they staying outside my house?
Cat, like, back with her mask on. We should have thought of this through.
Do you have a preference?
Well, like I said, if all 6 of you are trying to camp out my living room, it's going to be a little crowded.
Might not hurt to have a few people stationed outside, patrolling the block.
I draw a little too much attention if we patrol the block.
I believe some of my drones can at least be observers. Basically, essentially my drones act just like basically video cameras.
She's like, there's rules about drones in the community, or in the neighborhood.
Gotcha. Understood.
There's video cameras. I mean, if you guys wanted to poke through those to keep an eye out.
If there's CTV cameras, we have ways of getting into those.
Why are you?
The professor's like, is that legal?
Stop admitting to illegal things constantly in front of people that are good.
Adrian
Stop
saying
Everyone
nothing.
scumbag.
Because he's already broken like several laws of the planet since he's been here.
Unknowingly, just
Hall is just a poor, innocent, constructed being. He doesn't know any better.
we can just have like a couple
Yeah,
people.
Yeah, because
Stay
I've actually
out
been
there.
working on the backstory while we've been talking. So,
You'll have to send that to me once the stream's over.
gotcha.
Alright, so y'all are heading back. You're leaving campus, you're passing that little park area between the campus and the gated community.
How you know shit's gonna go down? DM has a map.
The map's changed. Roll initiative.
Oh my god, he brought a map.
It's not much of a map.
Oh my god, they're stick people. We're doomed.
Anyway, how many times do I throw down maps that aren't stick people?
What has science done?
Made people out of sticks? I don't know.
Something wicker.
They forcefully removed their thyroids, and now they're all suffering from anorexia.
Oh no.
Alright, so throw your guys down somewhere in this general area. Left of the little stream.
Ah, there.
Well, I grab.
I'm a troll.
I know you're a troll, but you're not far enough left of the bridge.
I'm a troll.
Let's see.
His sprite's probably buzzing around like out here somewhere.
Ignore me.
I actually need to find a little pog for the sprite, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I'll use that for the professor.
Francis is just hiding in the bushes.
Well, these big ones are actually trees. So, like, anywhere that the tree is clearly overlapping the path, y'all can stand there. Y'all just under its branches.
Like with it, sprite is buzzing around over here somewhere.
That's terrifying.
I was just thinking that.
It's a happy D20 with a coffee mug, because it's the only thing that I had on me right now.
Ah, there.
It's time for killing.
Terrifying.
Jesus Christ!
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative. You're all going to die.
It's like something born from the pits of hell. Take it away.
You rolled
No.
a one. You rolled a one. Bad death.
This boss has a legendary action.
He is the happiest D20 with his coffee mug. You all shush.
Time for lair actions.
Misery. Existence is pain to the D20.
Alright.
Fine, I'll find another.
That's.
Oh, it's fine for right now.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. We have to give you heck for it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Speak into my soul.
Alright now. I pulled something onto the map. Where did it go?
Do.
Cat will be actually scanning the area, just because after even though the rock slide wasn't her fault, she's a little worried about it. Got that paranoia parrot.
Yeah, that's what the sprite's doing. Because reasons.
Alright.
You can take that away.
What?
Put that right back where it came from, or so help me.
So
The term.
help me. So help me. And
Suddenly the turn order appears.
A wild
what
turn order
have
appears.
you done?
Do you want us to roll turnovers? Or?
Let's see.
That's not.
Who have I not given a turn to? Now, your drone, I assume, just goes on your turn, Eric?
I'm double checking that. I believe it does.
Alright, is that everybody? Is
No,
those two
rolls
guys?
its own initiative and acts on its own turn.
Oh, okay. I will give.
So it literally is a familiar.
It is a familiar, yeah. It's just the Pact of the Chain gives you advanced familiars that no other class has access to.
Ah.
Ah, Danru, that's who's missing. Okay.
There it is.
He is the little happiest D20 ever.
Thing is terrifying.
I love him. He's great.
Oh, those death saves!
Alright, and remember when you roll initiative, click on your token, and then hit the initiative,
Okay.
the word initiative on your sheets.
Yeah.
I fear that's what's gonna happen.
Alright, let's go through that one more time, make sure I do it right. Click
The
on
icon
what now?
on the map.
Click
your
on
icon
Danru.
on the map.
Bam.
Go to your sheet.
Okay,
Click initiative.
done.
It's the middle thing. Bam. You should be.
Yeah.
Should be
Going first. Not going first. A lot of people rolled 20s.
Oh, and then I need to roll for
Thanks.
these guys.
Well, true to Francis' form, you did roll better when you weren't actually aiming at something.
Alright.
And
Oh,
suddenly, bullshit.
Forge using these nice level 3 talents. Anybody else?
Oh, I keep forgetting I use real dice, not the dice rollers. What am I rolling dice rollers?
Totally use the fake dice.
Well, it takes a lot more time and I don't have sheets for everybody.
Mm.
I will go ahead and use the 17 for initiative for that one guy, though. But then the other one... Oh, maybe I should have stuck with the fake one. Alright, and then...
Somebody dragon breathing in their mic.
Somebody is.
Oh, I never. Sorry about that. Just got dragged a little down.
Oh, okay. I was sitting there I was doing all the rolls and stuff, and then I just started hearing dragon noises. I'm like, oh my.
I'm not saying there aren't dragons in this setting. But
Let's
none,
not just say we did.
But none today.
Space dragons!
Space dragon. Reminds me of Stellaris.
Or Master of Orion.
That too.
Well, you had space amoebas and whatnot in it.
Yeah.
I downloaded that onto a flash drive today, now that I think about it.
Hey.
I got a buddy.
Showing my-
I got a buddy laid up and going, laid up from his the buddy that was in the hospital that I missed a session for. He's back home now, but he can't really go out and do anything, so he's going stir crazy. So I'm gonna carry Master Orion tomorrow.
Nice.
He used to love him
And
from Space Genocide. He would win the vote, refuse to accept it, just so he could go exterminate everybody else. He never needs to come to power.
Uh-huh.
And showing my age, I actually believe I still have Master of Orion on floppy disk form, like all 4 original discs.
Wow.
Somewhere in this house. I don't know where.
I've probably got a CD of it somewhere, but
You don't have the CD.
I had a CD, and then I think my brother's got it now.
Yeah. Wait a second, I have a camera. Let me pull up my shoebox.
And,
It's okay. I'll take your word for it.
Oh. Okay.
I bought it on GOG now, so I don't really care.
Keep going, Taylor. Anyway, Jason,
Thank you.
what does From which area did the random goons appear? And also, you really need to diversify your dual reps, because we've been fighting the same guys for a couple of times now.
These
well,
guys
you know.
again.
It's called cloning. Jeez.
I know they're supposed to be faceless minions, but these guys have faces and they're the same.
Yeah, clones.
Look, it's like a low production TV show where they use the same extras over and over again.
Wait,
You
did
know,
he die last
You shot him
episode?
last week. This week, he's got a fake mustache. The week after that, a fake beard. Then the full
Got a new
Groucho
hat.
mask.
So we don't even see these guys. At
No,
our current-
you don't see nobody
Okay.
currently. Nothing has
walking
triggered.
along.
Nothing has triggered your alarms.
Walking along, enjoying a nice evening at a park.
So y'all proceed along till you
Drones.
get about here, and then I need to know what is your passive perceptions?
13 on mine.
13 on mine as well.
12 for Francis and Jade.
Yeah, still 13.
Not high enough to matter.
Let's see. Ah, there's the one I needed. Well, he's got a lot of perception, but he don't have much in the way of stealth either. Alright, so the first one got a 9, so I think all of y'all will spot him.
Is he being obviously shifty?
Well, he's standing. He's emerging from the water, so I would assume so.
It's like Swamp Thing.
You do not off the just off the top of your head, you don't even recognize what species he is. It is clearly something semi-aquatic, though. I mean, it's got a discernible nose, but then it's also got kind of gills on its neck.
Mer people. I always knew it would come to this.
Crab.
People that taste like crab. Also, Taylor, have you found it yet?
Oh, I quit looking because
No.
I assumed that Jason did not want me to find it.
I don't care. Let's see. The other guy had a 14, so who amongst y'all would have noticed him?
Not I.
Are we talking about this guy here?
Yeah.
Drone spots him.
What was the drone's passive perception?
Doesn't matter. It has blind sight within 60 feet.
Well, it's not that he's invisible. It's that anything makes you particularly notice him. I mean, you've got kids playing in the park. You've got people walking around. This dude just looks like a
okay.
dude walking down the path.
Okay, so it's passive perception's 11.
Okay, so nobody beats a 14?
Nah, I think the highest we have amongst us is a 13.
Okay.
Yeah, until next level when our proficiencies go up.
Okay.
Nope.
In that case, forget I even put somebody there. It's just a dude.
Okay.
Just some guy.
Just some random guy.
Mm-hmm.
Here, we'll put a stick person on top of him so he just looks like a regular old person. Ooh, that's actually what I need to do in the future.
Oh no, we've given him ideas.
Now, when y'all see a
Gave
bunch of stick,
himself
now when y'all see a
ideas.
bunch of stick people, you know, at any moment, all those stick people could be deleted, and they're actually bad guys up under.
Kill every stick person you see.
Kill everyone you see. God will know his own.
Murder hobo everything.
All right. So anyway, y'all spot him, so he does not get a surprise round. I mean, he is looking dead at the professor.
Like aggressive looking dead at the professor with like weapons drawn looking at the professor.
Let me see. How good is his perception? Well, you know, you see him raising up out of the water. He's got something in his hands. No, I take that line back. He has nothing in his hands. My bad. But he is staring at the professor, and then his eyes widen, and he kind of looks at all of you. You again. And then we'll start with the top of the order. Adrian, you're up.
What does he really say? You again?
Mm-hmm. It's a little gargly because he's still spitting out water, but you know.
Have we met?
Yeah. That's a good question.
I have suspicions, but
He just kind of narrows his eyes at the guy. It's like,
Ooh, we're being raided.
do you feel like going swimming?
Murky, is that you?
Yeah. Hey, it's a raid.
From Curious Crafts.
Hey, crafty. What up?
Hello, people.
Or people.
You're
Oh,
just
yes,
in time to
I'll
watch
fix
us
it.
get murdered.
It's for being dive bombed by what looks
Murder
like
or be murdered. It could go either way.
tables?
So, how many of us actually have guns right now?
We're being attacked by tables.
Kat has at least one pistol on her and the wrist shinky blade. She actually probably has two pistols, so she could throw a pistol at somebody if need be.
Yeah, Adrian, he's not sure. Like, this guy, he doesn't look like he's carrying anything, right? Like, weapon-wise?
Which one? Oh, no. He doesn't look like he's carrying anything. He's dressed, but, you know, in kind of, you know, tight-fitting, water-resistant stuff from the looks of it.
Yeah. It's like, have we met before?
Other than his exclamation when he first noticed you all, he doesn't say anything else.
He is going to hold a sprite beam really tight in his fist in case that man takes hostile action against anybody in the party or the professor. But until then, Adrian's not going to do anything because he's not sure.
Okay. So basically hold an action, gotcha.
Yeah.
Danru.
Yep.
In your case, I'd probably suggest to get down, Mr. President.
So where are people doing stuff? Because I don't see anybody other than us.
Further up here.
Oh, I'm zoomed in. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Ah.
You
You
didn't notice us move.
Yeah, you will probably be a little closer to him. You may be trailing in behind, but
You would have been with a group.
So I see someone emerge from water.
yep. Now this is not a roaring river. This is a stream. It's probably only waist deep, but he was apparently laying in it.
Because that's not suspicious as hell.
Yeah, the shield's definitely coming out. And I'll just take a few steps forward and take a position up close to the professor.
She's just kind of sitting there. Oh my!
Not that close.
No. Her response is to the guy coming out of the water.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the response works both ways, but...
It does.
Oh my.
This bridge here, is it like got a half wall or something on it, or is it like flush, no wall.
Oh,
Does it
yeah,
have
it's got about a
ocean
waist high
gardens?
wall.
Yeah,
Cats,
it's a park.
Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah,
decorative stone.
okay, Cat's gonna move up onto the bridge so she has a little bit of cover to use potentially, and she's gonna hold some action until this guy does anything threatening.
Okay.
She's gonna be like, buddy, if you want to plead a case or not get possibly injured, now's the time to do this.
Now's the time to give
She,
Peace a chance.
give Peace a chance. She doesn't have the gun like out pointing at him, but she's definitely like reaching behind her back for him.
I will return.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what are you doing?
all right. I'm going to again ready one of my laser blasts in case he does any hostile action. And I will come up here, and I will actually ask, we've met before. Where at?
Was he looking at like a particular guy when he said that they've met before?
He comes up out of the water, focuses on the professor, and then just kind of glances around at all of you standing around you and said that. So you don't know if he was. You don't know if he was talking to a particular one of you or the group as a whole or what is up.
Do
And
any of
that's,
us?
and that's
Go ahead.
why I'm actually asking, as a free action,
Mm-hmm.
have we've met before? Where at?
This is not the first time you've interfered.
This is confirming suspicions that me as person knows, but character will not.
Cat like wondering if
I'm
I
back.
shoot these guys, they're gonna be rainbow blood.
Probably. There's going to be lots of rainbow blood.
Fantastic.
The river will run rainbow for days.
Anyway, that's his response to you. Man, do all of y'all go before him?
Looks
I
like.
go last.
I
Man.
really wanted to go before him because I got fun level 3 talents that like give me things if I go before people.
You know, he rolled like a 17. I figured he'd go middle of the pack at least. But, Jay, you're up.
Two of us
Oh.
rolled 20s. So.
Yeah,
I would like to shepherd the professor back a little bit. And can I still hold my attack if I do that?
Sure, because you're not. It's not like you're having to actually physically wrestle her back.
I think I would kind of like to herd her over. What do you think over here? Yeah, over here.
Okay, yeah, you can move her back that far.
And I'm gonna go with her.
Okay.
Actually, kind of position myself in between him and her. Kind of weird to do. Boxes.
And then finally, it is his turn. Our little quasi-fish man. We shall call him the Gill Man.
Gilbert.
Actually, I like that better. That sounds more like a name.
I built Gilberto, a man I actually work with.
Now, we'll just go with Gilbert.
All right.
We'll make Gilberto his last name.
Gilberto the third.
Esquire.
Get out of my head.
Alrighty.
That's Dr. Gilberto.
Dr. Gilbert Gilberto the Third Esquire.
PhD, MD.
We're just
STD.
yeah. What?
No,
We don't
actual,
know that one.
Actually, no, and an ecclesiastic degree is actually called an STD, which is actually kind of unfortunate.
Well, it's unfortunate now. At the time, they named it that, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's an area effect. You don't want to do that. Or does he?
I don't know. I'm not in his head.
What's he saying?
Alright, what's the range on this?
I think because I got water in places I don't even want to think about.
Within 90 feet. Alright, there's gonna be some saving throws made, I'll admit it.
To who in question?
Alright, a 10-foot cube. Okay, so it's only going to hit the Professor and Jade.
Sprite beam goes off.
Jade, or not, yeah, Cat takes a shot.
Denru moves to block it like a field goal.
Like, dives.
Well, unfortunately, you don't really know what he's doing until he has done it. Though certainly you can feel him, you can certainly shoot him up in response. Alright, you can use his power at rank 3 or higher. He will use one of his rank 4 slots. So that's 2 bumps.
Since she was holding her action, would she still be able to use Vital Strike, which gives her advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have not yet taken a turn? Or would she just be doing it regular?
She'd be doing it regular because he's taking his turn.
Okay. I will keep that in mind for next time.
Yeah, he'll just use one of his rank 2 slots. Okay. Alright, so it is. Let me find a saving throw. Alright. Jade and the Professor need to give Constitution saving throws.
You can Jade.
Yeah.
Ow.
Do it.
She's still suffering from that concussion. Someone help her.
Oh, I am so sorry.
I'm gonna roll Cat's attack. Roll.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll. All right, you take 17 points of damage.
Ouch.
Yeesh.
Yeah, the Professor ain't happy about it either.
Hard.
And any creature that fails their saving throw cannot take any reaction until the start of their next turn. The start of his next turn, excuse me.
Okay, and I also rolled my attack too, so.
Did you say any action or reaction?
Any reaction.
Gotcha.
Like no attack of opportunity, if you had that.
Alright, so everybody starts shooting this poor man. Poor Gilbert. He's just doing a job.
Gilbert, you brought this on yourself.
Alright.
Regret nothing.
Adrian hits him. Cat does not.
Very sad about that.
And I believe Hull hits him, yeah. So that's 4 points of damage to him.
Oh, and
Okay, guys, we're gonna work all these ones out of our system now.
that would be a.
Alright, so that's 4 points.
That was a.
And then what were you hitting? You were hitting with your fire lance or whatever,
Laser blast, yeah.
Laser blast, okay.
It's more or less bright lance in a lot of ways. So that's 46 radiant damage. So
Also, it'd be 3 damage instead of 4 because I forgot to turn off the symbiont mark global modifier because he hasn't marked this guy.
Okay. Is that where the psychic came from?
Yeah,
Okay, so he's only.
it's just a 3 force damage.
I got you.
Also, I went back and read through Fire Lance.
Mm-hmm.
It's just on the first attack or saving throw that it gains disadvantage.
yeah, we had, that happened last game too, so we're good on that regards.
Yeah, it is. I read back through it. I'm like, oh shit, I read that wrong.
So 14 points of radiant damage.
Nice. And then it's okay. That was that's right. He did his damage. That's right.
How's the professor looking?
Rough. You're not sure she can take another shot like that.
And how is Mr. Gilberto doing?
Yeah, he don't look too bad.
It's probably a little bit beefier than a professor.
Unfortunate.
Get down, Mrs. President.
And then from further down the street, or the little walkway, and as all this gunfire and Esper powers, seem to fire up. Which, by the way,
we're on a campus, so it's probably just a goddammit another rave.
No, the people in the park are kind of starting to react, especially the ones right next to where that attack went off.
Oh God.
Yeah, the family sitting on that bench, not happy campers.
Oh shit!
Totally ruined their picnic out.
They were just outside of the area of effect. Truthfully, I thought we were about to have our first civilian deaths, but it was only a 10-foot square. So. Not Jade. Cat, give me a perception check.
Can do.
Do you want one for my drone as well?
Fitting.
Do what
Since
now?
it's within. Do you want one from my drone as well? Since it's
yes.
within 20 feet away from the thingamajiggy. Perception.
D20 from hell.
It'd just be a basic wisdom.
It doesn't have perception pluses for it.
No, it's only skill pluses to stealth.
Alright.
Its stealth is freaking great. But
not so much it's... Yeah, the drone is watching the fight, so he doesn't see this guy start running towards y'all.
yeah, okay.
Oh, and one of the things I just forgot for my laser blast, one of my coordinated attacks. So.
Oh, or one of your drones sparks up.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and roll that then.
Does Kat see him meandering towards us, or is she too busy?
On a
shooting
15, no,
Swamp
she
Thing?
misses it. And I say running towards. He picks up his pace. He's not like sprinting, but he picks up his pace.
Still, he's coming towards explosions as opposed to away from explosions.
Where was it again? Because I think it's just a D8 or I can't remember if it's a D8 or a D6. Here it is. Yep, D6. Sarah. Oh, not bad. Not extra 9 points of damage.
Extra 9 points. All right.
Oh wait, is that an attack? I'm gonna double check that. So coordinated.
Oh, he would have to make an attack roll. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So and that is a. $16 hit him.
A 16. Yes, a 16 does indeed hit him. All right,
There we
does.
go.
So he does take the 9 points damage.
All right.
He's starting to look a little rough now. Quite rough, actually, but he's still got some fight in him. Still got some pepper. Let's see.
Gilberto the second Esquire stood his ground against twice your number.
So Blondie back here reaches up under his coat, pulls out an auto pistol, and takes a shot at Cat.
First off, rude.
He never claimed to be polite. Yeah, those dice haven't been doing too well. Let's roll something else. There we go.
Keep rolling that dice. It hasn't been doing anything well.
It hit. It came up 28. But that's 8 plus. Come on, out here. 13.
Nah, 15.
Alright. You are now aware of him as an auto pistol round ricochets off the bridge here, and a few chips of rock, fleck off on you.
She will let everyone else know. We have another asshole over here.
Then it is Adrian's Abomination Before God and Man's turn.
Dicey.
Yeah, well, seeing that, it's gonna.
I see the demon dice. We all float down here.
It's gonna buzz around here behind him, and it's gonna take a pot shot from invisibility.
Okay. Now it goes visible when it does it, I assume.
No,
No, it's got.
as long as it doesn't drop its concentration, it stays invisible.
Okay.
$23.
That's 20. That's the hit. That definitely hits him.
Yeah. Roll 7 force damage.
Okay.
Smack him at the back of the head, and then just use the rest of its movement to buzz over here.
Okay. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Then, at long last, it is Francis's turn.
Woo
Yes,
boy!
Francis.
Excuse me. Damn it. Alright, yeah, he's gonna take a shot at the gill man here.
Alright. Shoot poor Gilbert.
And I'm gonna take it. 12 doesn't quite hit.
No. You're tearing up that water around him.
And a step back closer to Jade.
Alright. And then last round, or at the end of a round, all the bystanders get to go. This family was already kind of hidden past y'all. So they snatch up their little one and they sprint.
Guys, I think we're gonna get kicked off this planet.
This family on the bench gets up and heads off.
Or at least out of this park.
Let's see. Somebody just started shooting behind this guy. He starts. Let's see. 5, 10. He double moves and goes and ducks behind a rock. And while all this is going on, they're screaming. There's people diving for their comm units. Clearly, the police are being called.
The
Let's see.
campus police.
This guy runs over and grabs this kid. Then he runs
Technically, I
over
don't think we're on
and
campus
grabs
anymore.
this kid. And then
Part
they
of
head
it.
off.
Like between the campus and her
This one
house.
turns around. These two kids that are making out on the bench down here. They scream and dive behind the bench. Oops. I was saying all that without actually showing anybody where all these people were. Gotta keep up
Would
with
you
that.
mind re-adding my sprite to the turn order?
How did he get off the turnover?
I deleted him to update the pog.
Alright, I've added a turn.
Okay, I
He had a
officially
4 like
protest.
Francis,
Yeah,
He
he did.
had become the team's mascot by this point.
didn't he?
Yeah, he is. He is not the abomination dice anymore.
Alright,
and I am very displeased at that.
sure.
We need to make
We all
him, like,
complained
a
about how
team
hideous he
icon.
was, but we were sorry when he was gone.
We need to see if we can get Jim to paint it on the side of the ship. Jim, it's an ancient totem for strength.
Unfortunately, the ship's already got a logo on its side, so Jim's going to have to turn you down.
Just gonna paint it on the floor of the cargo bay then.
Well, he can't stop you from doing that. Alright, and we are back to the top of the order with Adrian.
Okay. He. Yeah, he is going to raise a brow at the other dude before using obfuscate on himself.
Really? You going to do that in public?
Yeah, and he goes invisible.
Alright, you just can catch the guy's eye over the kind of the... Because the bridge kind of does one of those raises. It's like a little arch bridge.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's
The
small, so
drones.
it's not that high.
Yeah.
Drone probably saw him though.
Yeah, Drone saw him, so Adrian knows he's there.
Yeah.
And to find a token for visibility because reasons.
Just put a status effect on yourself.
That's what I'm looking for.
See, there's a good one for invisibility.
Yeah.
You'd also just put a colored dot, just so it's good and noticeable.
But
I like the little
tokens,
I like the little tokens you can put on them, but they're so small. They don't always show up good.
There.
All right.
Okay.
That's like a permanent icon for his drone too, because it's permanently invisible, more or less.
Danru.
I just realized you're literally using a Protoss drone on there, so...
Yeah.
How's it going?
That was going pretty
How's
well.
she looking?
My guys are pretty happy.
Matt, how's the professor looking?
She's looking a little rough. You don't think she can take another shot like that?
So I will go ahead and walk over and mend her.
Yeah, you noticed Adrian just sort of like just vanished into thin air.
You do what you do.
Yeah, he does what he does.
Walks away from conversations, walks away from Achilles, walks away from fight.
You
He
think
walks
that,
away.
but he's literally right beside Cat right now.
All right. So how much do you heal her for?
D8 plus my charisma modifier.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and boom. So 6 points total. And as a double bonus action, I will pop my spear, or I'll pop my glaive, let go of the shield, and set up a defensive zone.
All right. What does the defensive zone do?
Alright, zone defense, I think it's called. As a bonus action, you enter a defensive stance that lasts until the start of your next turn. While in your stance, you make opportunity attacks without using your reaction, and can use your reaction to make a melee attack against a creature that moves more than 5 feet within your reach. I currently have a 10-foot reach because of the glaive, so I've kind of got a
Well,
wide
do you have it in
swath
glaive form or spear form?
It's just my fighting style.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's part of the Sentinel thing is a fighting style.
Gotcha.
It
Well, I
is
mean,
the
as far as the
fighting
reach,
style
if
I
you're using a
chose.
spear, does a spear have reach?
No, just my glaive.
Okay.
But both of them are registered items in my rig.
Gotcha.
So I put the shield away and I'm two-handing the glaive in a defensive zone that
Gotcha.
no one gets too close.
Okay.
Because those are all bonus actions I can do.
Cat.
She is going to move over here and take a shot at that dude. I would give her,
That's not
since she's flanking, she
Yeah.
would get Death Strike, I think.
Does it count as flanking if he's not in melee with anybody?
I can double check that. Give me a second.
While she's doing that,
Something
I'm
I'm
going
a
to
bit
grab me a
curious
drink. I'll
about,
be right back.
considering most of us are ranged.
Yeah.
Oh, it actually has come up a lot, particularly in that last fight.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he throws melee people at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, like, for us, we predominantly stay at range.
I think I have a book for this.
I'm gonna drink. Right in.
I say I have a book for this, but it'll probably be like, no, it's in that other book.
Yeah.
That burned, but it was refreshing.
Page 251. Yeah, I think someone would have to be in melee with them, so
That's what I was
frick
thinking.
that. I'm just double checking the text, like all the images, and have like people in melee. Yeah, adjacent to enemy, so yeah, it would have to be nearby. So no, she does not get the fancy thing, which means I'm not gonna move her. So yoink her back here and takes a pot shot at.
Where you at least got half cover if he shoots back at you.
Yeah, a delicious, delicious cover. Trying to remember what pistol I used last time. Light pistol. Come on, 12 probably does not hit.
Nope, a 12 does not hit.
She's not having a good night.
Hole, you're up.
And, Jason, is lore kind of considered their idea of, like, arcana in this one, or?
I believe so. I think it's basically one of your main knowledges.
Because one thing I wondered, when he actually did that spell, I wanted to see if I could identify, like, at least what kind. He's obviously an Esper.
Oh, yeah, that's obvious to everybody, yeah.
But I was trying to figure out if I could guess what kind of Esper he was. I'm not proficient in it, so that's why I was kind of curious.
Let's see. Where did the skills go?
What was the?
Or
Lore is int based.
yeah, we were trying to figure out what's actually
Covered by lore.
Yeah, because I was pretty sure it's like their idea of like arcana in this one. I was gonna confirm that.
Let's see. Lore skill 162. Yeah, that's always the fun thing with the new system. Intelligence lore.
Lore check enables you to recognize practices of an alien culture, recall historical events, names, and places, and divine the origins of old markings and ancient places.
Okay, it's more history.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
It's more of a knowledge history, yeah.
Okay. Just a clarification, so change what I'm about to do.
You gonna wade into the water with you?
No. For most of my stuff, I don't need denies cover, but idea. I'll keep him distracted, as I actually say, I've been wanting to test this out, reach in my backpack and a much larger drone flies up. It's actually that's actually is it assault drone? It's one of my actual talents.
Okay, what does it do? I assume an attack of some kind.
It's like Milk's magic sword in a lot of ways. It's kind of like how my drones can zap people, but this is one that can actually interfere with people.
Okay.
Actually, that's what's happening. That's the page number 8. There we are. Duration 1 minute. One bonus action, range 50 feet. Launch a small plasma cutter drone that you can control within range. And lasts for duration. I can move at any point during my movement and make a melee forging attack to any creature within 5 feet. So I can actually get something in melee with it. I'm talking to you. Talking to you, Cat, so...
Yeah.
Alright, so you basically have a drone that you are sending out.
Yeah, it's like a larger, more... Whereas all my little drones are kind of spherical, this one seems more a bigger sphere. Think like the, what's that, Oblivion, the Tom Cruise movie. Do you remember what the drones were like in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a slightly smaller version of them.
Okay.
To where essentially it looks like just a larger version of my regular spherical drones, but then the guns pop out.
Alright, so it's next to you right now, but it can move, or...
I can cast it within 50 feet of me, because it actually has a range on it.
Okay, so it's going to appear next to him?
Yes. And it can make a melee attack, then a forging ability, but it's melee based. So...
Just heads up, we got about 20 minutes till 9.
Yep. And glad it wasn't me rolling that. So, 1 to hit, or 6 in his case.
Okay, it does not hit you. Or you do not hit it.
First, and you actually hear me go, note to self, update combat software.
Alright, then it is... Jade.
I'm gonna use my second lens.
Okay.
Oops.
That's a decent little chunk back.
Yeah. And if I attack in his little defensive zone, it won't mess it up, will it?
No, it should not do anything to Danru.
I'm gonna attempt to shoot this guy.
Alright. Fire at will.
Fire at Gilbert.
God, please. Oh, that might hit. I don't know, didn't you roll a 14 earlier and it didn't hit? All you gotta do is match AC.
Alright. What is the range increment on a pistol? They're pretty good, aren't they?
It's like 6,300, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So... Yeah. He's like 50 or so at the furthest. Alright. So no penalty on the attack roll for range. So 15 does indeed hit him.
Yay.
Roll your damage.
I'm gonna be honest. This has never happened before. I don't know how.
Click where it says auto pistol on in the chat where you rolled earlier.
Uh-huh.
Click the auto pistol up under the number you rolled.
Like, click the actual word, auto
Yeah.
pistol.
Yeah.
On the
pop-up red.
Oh. Here.
It's the first time I've ever hit.
Oh, is he wearing any sort of armor?
He has a protective field up.
Alright.
So I think for purposes of the high velocity, I believe it would count, yes.
Yay! 7 damage. That was a fairly productive turn.
The
You
round
hit him.
punches through his field, catches him in the shoulder, and you see some blood. Not like
Jade-
spewing out. It's just, he starts. It's running down.
No rainbow spray.
No, you don't see any spray at all.
Damn.
Not like when you were taking people's heads off with shots that first time.
Ah, the good old days.
Then it's his turn. Patrick, does your drone get attacks of opportunity?
I actually believe it does.
Give me a roll then, because he is dropping back into the water and shooting off. He has had enough of this mess.
Technique. Yeah, because it basically gets in melee with people.
Hmm.
Ah, what am I doing?
I'm picturing it as one of them spheres from Phantasm, but really big. Oh, it's just a little sphere, then it pops a blade and comes at you.
22.
That's a hit. That is definitely a hit.
Oh.
He is probably still going to get away, but who knows?
Not 20. No.
7 damage.
All right. A little goodbye gift to remember you buy.
So I want to say it's actually like a plasma torch is what it's actually like. Yeah, it's a plasma cutter drone you control within range, and yeah.
Okay.
That is horrifying.
That is fantastic.
So yeah, he drops in the water and he takes off at a far greater speed than some biological creature could actually swim. So you're assuming it's another Esper ability. As he's dropping, he turns his head towards the blonde guy and just yells, "Make a scene." And then it's the blonde guy's turn.
Blonde guy proceeds to make scene.
Ah. For somebody who's fought us before, he should really know that we record everything.
We've got his face.
So the guy is still holding his pistol, but he doesn't bother to. He just starts running full speed into a full sprint. Which gets him right up in Adrian's face.
Adrian's invisible.
He doesn't know I'm there.
He doesn't know Adrian's there. It's like he's running for the empty spot on the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Give me a perception check, Adrian.
A little startled by him being in your face.
Yeah. You
A little
don't.
bit.
You don't really notice anything.
Is this man about to blow up a tiny bridge in a park?
With 3 people on it, probably.
I don't know. Well, I guess any of the rest of y'all around that want to give perception checks, go ahead.
Nah, bro.
17.
Yeah, up under the coat, you're pretty sure this guy's wearing some sort of suicide vest.
Oh.
His eyes are locked on the professor.
As a reaction, I say, he's got a bomb.
He is a bomb.
Hey, that's where we'll stop for the night.
Ah!
So if this was a TV
You
episode, yeah, the last thing you see
bastard.
would be Hull screaming, "He's got a bomb!" And then you see the shocked look on everybody's faces, and then the credits would roll.
Like really sharp music.
Dun dun dun.
zooms out real far and there's an explosion. We don't know what happened.
Dun 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 dun.
No, that was the end of the first season of an old television show called, was it Hammer?
Oh yeah, I know what
It
you're
was like a
talking about.
spoof of the Dirty Harry type stuff, where the main character would often go, "I've got this." Well, the last episode of the first season, some terrorists have planted a nuke in like a Los Angeles ball field or something, and the last thing you hear is him going, "I've got this," and then you see Los Angeles at a distance and a mushroom cloud.
That sounds fairly accurate for our group, though.
They didn't think they were getting a second season, and then they got a second season. So the first episode of the second season starts up when the Hammer logo comes up. The early years appears under it, and then they just never address it again. It was not exactly great television, but people that remember it tend to love it.
That
Yeah,
sounds like
right.
amazing television.
I got an old game buddy who was a big fan of it. Alright, so we're going to wrap up here. Nice cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Could be a TPK from, one bomb going off. You never know.
It's gonna be a big bomb fest if it's a TPK. Because we are like 70, 80 feet apart.
Y'all are super spread out. You make a fair point there.
Partial TPK.
PPK? Partial party kill? I don't know. But anyway, I want to thank everybody that showed up tonight. My players, of course. Those of you watching us on Twitch. Another thank you to Curious Crafts for the raid. We always appreciate people coming in and giving us a try. Again, playing with me tonight has been Sarah playing Cat, Taylor playing Danru, Eric playing Adrian, Patrick playing Hull, Zach playing Francis, and Anna playing Jade. Tune in next week and we'll see if that's still who they're playing by the end of the session.
You'll hand us sheets out, preemptively, right?
No. You'll have to be hastily scribbling them down while everyone else gets to play.
Well, everyone else is mourning. We're just like, okay, hey,
Just erase the name. This is Francis's brother.
Francisco.
Francisco Batticelli.
But let's see, what was I going to say? Oh yes. And everybody can be sure to tune in tomorrow when we have the Wednesday night showcase, which is where we play shorter campaigns of a variety of games. Atlas from the Discord is running Forgotten Realms, and it will be the second session of her storyline. I don't know how long it's going to go, but it'll be the Wednesday night crew playing some D&D. And then Monday will be the Avalar game, which is kind of the flagship show for Dire Bear. But anyway, hope you had fun. I think we've had fun playing. And we will see all of y'all next week.
See you.
That.